All right, AP Human Geography students, here's our third video, and it's on why do states cooperate with each other? Well, there's really one of three reasons why states cooperate with each other, and that could be under political, military, or economic cooperation. Let's take a look. Let's first start with political, and let's talk about the United Nations. I'm sure you've heard of them, right? The United Nations was replaced by the League of Nations in post-World War I. Ironically, Woodrow Wilson came up with this League of Nations idea where basically it would organize and help stop future world wars from occurring when in fact the United States didn't even join. Interesting. Anyways, the United Nations was established after World War II in 1945. It started with 49 different states and now constitutes a total of 192. So what is the purpose and role of the United Nations internationally? Well, like I said, it falls under the realm of political, but yes, could it be military cooperation as well as economic? Absolutely. But their main purpose and role is they are an international peacemaking organization where all states, all 192 and 193, depending on who you talk to, can vote on issues without resorting to war. And you can see that picture there in the General Assembly room. So the United Nations can request states to contribute military forces for peacekeeping efforts. So, for example, if there's an issue in Africa, the UN might ask 3 or 4 African nations to contribute troops to help stop, let's say, warring factions from continuing to destroy each other, right? But their goal is a peaceful one. They are not looking for violence. They are not looking to be the aggressor of the United Nations. They are looking to solve items peacefully. And as we've talked about previously, that's not always easy, and that's not always the case. All right, let's move on to military cooperation. Well, where did this stem from? Well, once again, post-World War II, the Cold War era. So what happened was there was 2 emerging superpowers, the United States and the USSR, and they both created military alliances just to maintain power within Europe, right? Who was going to win out? Was it a capitalistic approach or was it a communist approach? So they both created military alliances. The one created by the United States was the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, or NATO, which is still around today, which includes some countries as Canada, Great Britain, France, and many more. Well, during the same time period, the USSR created something called the Warsaw Pact as a direct answer to the creation of NATO. All right, and again, this was created by the USSR and included countries such as Hungary, Poland, and Bulgaria, and there's many more. Today, the Warsaw Pact is disbanded, but yet NATO still exists. And last but not least, we have economic cooperation. And here I've given you some examples. One, the European Union, or the EU, which was established in 1993 and includes 28 European countries. All right, their region and realm of jurisdiction is within Europe. The African Union, which was established later on in 2002 and literally took the framework of the European Union and put it on the African continent, all right, includes all 53 African countries. And it was originally established before it became the EU to end colonialism and apartheid, and now later has the same goals as the European Union, which we'll talk about in a second. Last but not least, another example is the Commonwealth of Nations. This was established in the 1950s, and this includes the UK and 52 other countries that were once British colonies, hence the Commonwealth. And all 3 of these seek to promote economic development and cultural cooperation throughout several continents around the world. Okay, that's it. We'll talk much more about the United Nations, the European Union, and the African Union in class. I will see you then.